A small patch of ocean has taken ships, aircraft, and entire crews without a single distress call. Dark clouds roll low over bright blue water as the horizon seems to swallow sound. What truth hides inside this triangle of sea that has puzzled sailors and investigators for decades? The Bermuda Triangle is a region of the western Atlantic Ocean, roughly between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. It is not an official zone, yet it has become famous because of real disappearances that raise questions no one could fully answer. For decades, people have tried to explain why so many tragedies happen here. Some point to storms and navigation limits. Others believe there is something deeper at work. This story matters now because new technology and recovered documents give us fresh ways to understand events once thought impossible. In December 1945, 5 U.S. Navy bombers known as Flight 19 left Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission. They flew into worsening weather and radio messages became confused, as if no one could agree on their position. Hours later, all 5 aircraft vanished without a confirmed crash site. A rescue plane was sent to search for them. It exploded shortly after takeoff, according to nearby ships, and no survivors were found. Its loss added more weight to the Triangle's legend. In March 1918, the USS Cyclops sailed from Barbados toward Baltimore with more than 300 people on board. It sent no distress signal and never reached port. Despite a massive naval search, no confirmed debris was ever found. In January 1948, an airliner called Star Tiger disappeared on approach to Bermuda. Weather reports suggested strong winds and cloud layers that made navigation difficult. The aircraft vanished without warning and never arrived. 1 year later, another aircraft from the same airline, Star Ariel, disappeared during clear weather. Communication had been normal, then suddenly silent. Search flights found nothing. In 1954, a cargo ship named Southern Districts went missing near the Triangle's northern edge during rough seas. No confirmed wreckage was recovered. In 1965, a C-119 transport aircraft reported engine trouble near the Bahamas. Communication ended moments later. Small objects were found at sea, but none could be proven to belong to the plane. In 1967, a cruiser named Witchcraft left Miami for a short coastal trip. The men on board radioed for help, saying they had hit something but were not sinking. Rescue teams arrived quickly, yet the boat was gone without a trace. In 1978, a small aircraft flying from Fort Lauderdale to Freeport disappeared during good weather. The wreckage was later located offshore, but the exact cause of its loss remained unclear. Through the 1980s and early 2000s, other vessels and small aircraft were reported missing in sudden storms. Some cases were solved, others were never fully explained, keeping the mystery alive. One important piece of evidence comes from the final radio messages of Flight 19. Operators recorded confused compass readings and uncertainty about location, as if the pilots believed land was somewhere it was not. Another comes from logs of the USS Cyclops. Records show the ship was heavily loaded and had experienced engine problems earlier in its trip, yet no final message was ever heard. Radio notes from the Star Ariel show clear skies and normal communication before the sudden silence. Investigators later suggested possible mechanical issues, but nothing was confirmed. Weather data for the region shows how quickly storms can form over warm water. Several disappearances happened during rapid changes in wind, rain, and visibility. Search reports for Witchcraft revealed that the Coast Guard arrived within minutes of the call, but not a single piece of the boat was ever recovered. Its sudden disappearance remains unexplained. Modern ocean floor mapping reveals deep trenches and steep underwater slopes. A vessel sinking in these conditions could vanish quickly and leave little trace. This does not confirm anything mysterious, but it shows how evidence can disappear naturally. Some researchers argue the Bermuda Triangle has no more disappearances than any other busy ocean region of similar size. They say many tragedies happened before modern navigation tools existed. Others believe environmental forces may be more complex here than we fully understand. Magnetic shifts, fast-forming storms, and strong ocean currents may play a role, yet clear proof is limited. A few writers suggest extraordinary explanations. Scientists treat these ideas carefully, noting that no verified data supports them, but they continue to appear because several cases remain unsolved. There are also gaps in historical records. Logs were lost, equipment failed, and some wrecks lie too deep to reach. These missing pieces help keep the mystery alive. Every disappearance in the Triangle carried real human weight. Families waited for news, often for months, holding on to small pieces of hope. The silence left its own kind of pain. The loss of Flight 19 echoed across generations. Families held on to letters, photographs, and memories of the young airmen who never returned. Their stories remind us that these were real people, not just entries in a report. The families of those aboard the USS Cyclops faced the same long shadow of uncertainty. More than 300 lives were lost without a single clear answer. The ship's absence shaped entire communities. Experts in ocean science say the Atlantic near the Bahamas behaves like a moving puzzle. Warm currents, deep trenches, and sudden storms shift the sea the way wind shifts sand. Wreckage can sink, scatter, or disappear faster than search teams can react. Aviation historians describe early ocean flights as acts of bravery. Pilots relied on basic instruments and limited weather information. Crossing the ocean was like crossing a desert without landmarks. Maritime engineers explain that even strong ships can become unstable when overloaded or hit by sudden waves. A small imbalance can create a chain reaction during rough conditions. This mystery matters because it sits at the crossroads of history, science, and human exploration. Studying these events helps today's systems become safer. It also reminds us that nature still holds power beyond our full understanding. We know the triangle has seen disappearances caused by storms, human error, and mechanical failure. We do not know the final fate of several major cases because evidence was never found. Now we look ahead to what the future may reveal. New ocean floor mapping projects may one day locate wrecks long considered lost. It is possible, but not guaranteed. Improved weather tools may explain the sudden storms that struck many vessels and aircraft. This is very likely. Some tragedies may stay unsolved forever due to missing records or unreachable depths. This remains uncertain, and the legend of the Bermuda Triangle will likely continue, even as science fills in the gaps. Curiosity itself keeps the mystery alive. The Bermuda Triangle may never give us a single clear answer, but every new discovery brings us closer to understanding this strange corner of the sea. To continue the journey, watch our next story, The Vanished Flight, inside the true story of Star Tiger and Star Ariel. We will continue updating this topic as new information comes to light.